Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to my F123 career mode. No, not F123. Welcome back to my F124 career mode journey. This is the F2 season, or season 0 if you like, round 3. We're in Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. 2 races as always in F2. But we're coming into Melbourne, and you know what? I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling the momentum. Let's try and carry that on. Now, it's quite dark at the moment, it's got to be said. So I wonder what time of day this is. Because surely this isn't a particularly bright time of day. So the one thing we've got to do is make sure that we qualify well. And I haven't had a chance to do a flying lap in the dry here because the practice was very wet, but I had fun trying to figure out how you handle these things in the wet. It's a lot more of a challenge. The car is very slidey. Right, going round turn 1, that was very neat, wasn't it? And now we head into 3, braking as late as we dare. These slower corners aren't as kind to us as the faster corners are, but that's okay. As long as we can keep momentum for the fast corners, we should be fine. Round the right-hander there. I've no doubt this will be a purple sector. It is. And we're 3 tenths up on Zane Maloney, which is a good place to be. Right. Round the sweeping right. It's a long, long, but fast little bend. And then we've got the chicane that we're coming up to, which ends sector 2. And we're still 3 tenths up, so there hasn't really been many chances to get further ahead here, but we're still 3 tenths up on Maloney, a very decent sector 2. What can we do in the final sector? This is going to be a bit more challenging because there are more slower corners, and we did clip the grass there, so I was a little bit worried that we wouldn't have made it round the corner, but we made it just fine as we head into the penultimate corner, and then the final right-hander. Trying to be as gentle with it as I can. Right, on the straight. We've done everything we can now. What's it going to be when we hit the line? It's P2, right behind Porsche. So we're not quite on pole. Right, nobody's improved, so it is going to be P2. It's the first time we haven't qualified on pole. Théo Pourchaire is the driver on pole. We're on the front row. Then it's Iwasa, Martins, Daruvula, Hauger, and you know the rest of the top 10. Oliver Bearman, unlucky to just miss out, and he's one of the championship contenders. So, well, I thought he'd be one of the championship contenders anyway. How is this going to unfold in the 2 races? Let's find out.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint race then. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? It's Formula 2, it is the sprint race. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me. Now Alex, there's no mandatory stop in the rules, but this is Formula 2. Anything could happen.
Well, there were plumes of dust coming off the cars at the beginning of free practice, so not a lot really. Quali's on the other compound of tyre usually. So for the sprint race, you kind of finger in the air, figuring it out.
We have 12 laps ahead of us in this sprint race in Melbourne. So let's get underway here. 5 red lights are coming on. We've got Iwasa and Martins just ahead, and we are underway. I was a bit slow to react to the lights, and as a result, Pourchaire has got past. And I don't know where Bearman is. I don't think he's anywhere near me. I'm going to try and go around the outside, though, and nip a couple of cheap positions. Oh, who's that Red Bull car? That's Iwasa, who I very nearly hit there, but we managed to get back past Pourchaire. And look at Iwasa covering. He's gone back onto the main line, and Pourchaire now having a look round the outside of me here. I've given Théo the space. He's still there. Yes, he is. I think I've given him a bit too much space there because Pourchaire getting through. We're still side by side here. He's going to have to concede there, surely, but up to 9th we now go. Coming up towards the final sector for the first time. And braking as late as I dare for that right-hander. Iwasa just ahead. Then it's Martins and Daruvula. who will lead at the end of this first lap. I'm trying to make out who it is. I can't quite see who it is. Using all the curb and a bit more there to finish the lap. It's Kush Miney in the lead. Kush Miney leads this Australian sprint race. So let's try and catch back up with the pack. Oh, sideways there. Again, we do have the slight issue of a DRS train here. So that might be impacting us moving forwards. Arthur Leclerc in P5 there. So he's having a good race. And you can see, so you can see when you go on the grass a little bit. I love the fact that you can pick up dust on the camera lens. That's a lovely little addition to the game. We're definitely getting ready, potentially, for a look down the inside. But I don't want to be losing the car this early on. We've still got a few laps ahead of us yet. And that was a little bit hard on the curb. And the car doesn't seem to like the slower corners as much. And I think that's just to do with the handling model. The slower corners are a bit more challenging to handle. The one thing I found with the handling model is that the big content creators have all said, oh, it's really bad, it's really, you know, they've really not liked it. I personally don't think the handling model is that bad. We're closer to him than we have been, but again, DRS train, it's very, very difficult to get through when you're stuck in that train and you're stuck in the dirty air of the car in front. Here we go. Oh, Iwasa went a little bit deep there. That's allowed us to look. And we're going to be down the inside of Ayumu Iwasa. We're going to brake a bit later. And we've got the move done. Iwasa making a slight error there. And that's allowed us through up into P8. The one thing I haven't seen yet is an AI mistake. I haven't really seen an AI spin yet.
Let's try and close up the difference between them.
And we have a mini objective of achieve an average time of 1:33.4. So we need to stay inside of that lap time as much as we can, as well as getting after Victor Martin. Now, I don't know where I've really had a bad lap, to be honest. So I don't know how they can say my lap times have been inconsistent. They haven't been. I've been on the track, I've been overtaken, I've been doing whatever I can. But if we can get the run through here, that'll help out. That's going to help out nicely. We have another run at Martins. Can we get him past him here? Victor goes defensive. We're going to go to the outside to try and get this done. And I'm trying not to hit Daruvula, but we have got the move done. Martin's staying up the inside, but eventually having to back out, and we've moved up into 7th place. That's a move well done there. That is a move very nicely done, as now we start harassing Daruvula for 6th. And of course, we're championship rivals here, so I'm not really going to go particularly friendly on Jehan. And here comes Richard Verschoor having a go back at Kush Miney round the outside, and Verschoor retakes the lead. What a battle that is. And now we've got a chance against Daruvula, but I think he's got a little bit too far ahead. But this endless battling is keeping these cars bunched up. And we are going to have a look down the inside of Daruvula. Can I catch him napping? No. Daruvula having the common sense to fight that one off. And we fight for another day. Meanwhile, Verschoor leads, Miney leads, Benavides, Hauger, Leclerc, Daruvula, myself. Not quite getting close enough to Daruvula, but Verschoor and Miney are at it again. I think Miney's just retaking the lead. No! We are out of the sprint race! No! No, I don't believe it! Oh my goodness me. Right, so they retook the lead. I just tapped the back of Daruvula, and that's me round and out. So there's us, and I think it's just about, yeah, you just see it, it's a slight knock, but it destabilizes the entire rear of the car, and we're going straight for the wall. The wheel is off, and we are out.
Well then, that concludes another excellent race.
Well, whether you love or hate sprints in Formula 1, they definitely deliver. In Formula 2, lovely stuff. Great racing.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the MP Motorsport team, and I'm very happy to see them up there on the top step of the podium. After all this
Oh
drama,
dear,
man,
oh
enjoy
dear,
this
that
race.
was a
Hope to
disaster,
see you
wasn't
there.
it?
Take care.
But there's your top three. It's Dennis Hauger who somehow comes back to win. Richard Verschoor gets second with a fastest lap. Benavides moves up to third. Kush Miney dropping to fourth. And then it's Leclerc, Deruvala, Martins and Pourchaire picking up a singular point for P8. I cannot believe that happened and that we dropped out of the race like that. Look how close they all finished. 8.5 seconds separating the entire field. But that was a disastrous way for that to end. And how does it affect the standings? We still lead by 5 points. But some drivers are starting to move forwards. Right, into the feature race.
Delighted to welcome you to Albert Park, the newest edition on the official FIA Formula 2 calendar. The heat is going to be a test for drivers and cars today, ahead of the feature race. It's a new addition to the Formula 2 calendar. Albert Park has been an iconic F1 circuit for years. Recently remodeled to encourage tighter racing on track, it is 3.28 miles, 14 turns instead of the original 16. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. Théo Pourchaire has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Sunshine completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Iwasa, Martins, Jehan Deruvala, Hauger, Leclerc, Miney, Benavides, Richard Verschoor, Behrman, Novalak, Frederick Vesti, Jack Doohan, Cordial, Fittipaldi, Hadjar and Ralph Boschung. Maloney, Stanek, Crawford and Roy Nissany completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Hello one, hello all, and welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, he is Alex Brundle, and we have changeable conditions today, Alex.
How are they changeable?
Okay,
It's sunny all the way through.
Don't let me down.
Right, we're on the front row for this feature race. What can we do against Théo Pourchaire? He is undoubtedly going to lead the way here, but we got 17 laps to do something, so let's do it. And we are underway here, and Pourchaire's not got a good start, but he's immediately come across to cover me. But I tell you who has got a great start, it's Ayumu Iwasa. And I've been sandwiched there, and Deruvala gets through, so does Victor Martins. But we managed to get back past Victor Martins. I broke a bit early there, and as a result, we didn't get sandwiched. We got swamped by those two, down to fourth. And I think starts are a bit more difficult on this game than they were in F1 23. But anyway, down in P4, Pourchaire is down to second. Iwasa is your race leader, and I'm right behind Deruvala again. This is a bit of deja vu from just a little bit earlier when we crashed out. Let's not have the same thing happen here. Let's not crash out on lap 1 of 17 when we've got a long way to go. Let's try and get to the end of this race and finish it well. And Porsche is already hounding Iwasa for that lead back. Look how close they are as I go a bit deep there, and that might allow Victor Martins a chance. Going to keep the inside covered because Martins is coming at me. He might have a go down the outside. He is having a go down the outside. Does Martins complete it? We clobber the curb quite hard. Martins still alongside us. He's going to try and sweep round the outside. And Martins getting it done. Moving up to 4th. A great move by Victor Martins. We're down to 5th and not having such an easy run of it in this race. It looks like they're getting ever closer in the out front. But I'm getting closer to Victor Martins because I want that P4 back. Can we have a look here? No way through there. And Iwasa holding on to the lead at the end of lap 2. He's going to try and break the toe if he can. And I think Porsche is going for the lead. Does he take it? I'm not sure. Yes, he has. Porsche has taken the lead. And I'm trying not to hit Victor Martins and do a repeat of race 1. But no such event here so far. Am I close enough to have a go down the inside? I'm going to have to try. No, I'm going to have to. I kind of backed out of that one. I was going to go for it. Into another lap. And at the moment, we're stuck in the same place. Because, like I said, again, it's the whole DRS train that is just keeping us a little bit stuck. And there's little things you got to do to find the advantage to take the position. And oh, this is going to turn into the lunge. And we get it done. Yes! That turned into a last-minute lunge. Let's have a look at that. We came from so far back. But Martins just caught napping there. And we go straight through. Luckily, he gave us the room. And I'm just noticing a little bit of rear instability, and I've now been given the objective to overtake Daruvula. When are we pitting? Lap 8, okay. We might do it in the pits. Iwasa going back at Porsche. These two are swapping places every single lap. Oh! The car stepping out a little bit more there. This is going to get quite scary. No such luck. Here goes Porsche on Iwasa. He's going to retake that. That's going to back Daruvula up. And there is a move here that might be on. I've gone down the inside. We're now side by side with Jehan Daruvula. As I'm trying to get this move done, it's going to be a matter of braking. And Daruvula just keeps it. And we've had Victor Martins turn in on us. Victor Martins turned in there. Not quite aware of what we're doing. Martins trying to take the place back. I'm trying to leave room for him. And oh, that was aggressive from Victor Martins. But we lose out a position there. But I'm coming back at the ART car here. Get back here, Victor. I'm having that back. We had a go at Daruvula. It went wrong, and Martins turning in on us there. And as a result, we are now behind Victor and losing time. Hauger's getting ready to have a go. We're now all over the back of him, and unlike the guys in front of the pack, we are going to have DRS, so we might be able to have a go. Here comes the DRS. We are opening it, and we're going to go round the outside of Victor Martins to get that move done. We've completed the move up into P4. Oh my God, the car is unsteady there. And that might allow Martins a way back at us here. But luckily we've kept the DRS. But surely we got to pit. Right, we're trying to get back up to Jehan Daruvula if we can. And they said not to worry about the target. Right, in we come. Hopefully no difficulties on the pit stop. And we're being held in the pits. That's not going to help us. Iwasa's gone, but we're now right behind Teo Porsche. And Iwasa's been able to get a gap as a result of that. And now would be the worst time for a safety car. And Porsche is getting away from us. I don't know how he's getting away from us when he's going through the same tyre warm-ups himself. But we are losing time here. And that might actually help Daruvula, thinking about it. Dennis Hauger's going to be all over me. And I'm not going to have the joy of having DRS on Porsche Dennis Hauger's going to have it on me though, and he's going to be super quick here. So we got to try and get back within Hauger. Look at within Porsche. Look at Hauger coming at us round the outside. I'm giving him the room, but he doesn't take it. And we're off the track there now. And Hauger once again is going to be going for it round the outside. I've given him the room. He's going around the outside, and Hauger gets that done. And look at this, it's Miney trying to get through. Miney trying to get through there, but no way through. We've dropped another position here to Dennis Hauger. This outlap is really not going well for us. I want to try and get back in this race because we've lost quite a few places. Hopefully we haven't lost out too much. There are the cars coming out of the pits. There's Benavides, there's Victor Martins. But don't forget, these guys have got to get their tyres up to temperature. There's Daruvla now holding up Dennis Hauger. I wonder if Hauger's going to have a look. If not, can we catch Hauger napping potentially here? No. Well, that's woke things up a bit, hasn't it? Right, Hauger is now all over the rear of Daruvla. And that's going to be my way through. That is going to be how we get past. But I need to stay with the pair of them to make this work. And that's exactly what we've done. The tyres are feeling good now. They're up to temperature. Here comes Dennis Hauger on Jehan Daruvla. And we may even be able to get Daruvla ourselves. Through goes Hauger. Is there space for me? No, there isn't! We have a little bit of front wing damage, but despite tapping the barrier, we get past Daruvla and up into 4th place. That wasn't too shabby a move, but the front wing has taken a slight hit. I wonder how much that's going to affect us here. But I'm up into 4th place, ahead of Daruvla. I really went for that. Thing is, you got to be brave when making the moves. You've just got to absolutely go for it. You can't afford to do anything else. We do have damage. Luckily, it appears to be very mild and we can carry on with it. But I think if we take another hit, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. We've had 2 hits already, so one more and I think that'll be us done.
That means we've got to look after it now. Please protect the front wing. Come on.
Right, I've been told to protect the front wing for the next 3 laps now, so that's what we've got to do. The rest of this race is about protecting, and we're going to lose a place to Daruvla here if we're not careful. I've given him space. We've gone a bit sideways. I'm going back round. Nope, Daruvla is not going past there. And Daruvla still staying right behind us. He's going to have a go. I've protected the line. I'm parking it in the middle there. It's a very awkward place to park it, but it does prevent Daruvla from getting through it. At the moment, it's looking like we might be able to hold on to this 4th place, which won't be so bad. Porsche in 2nd, but I think Hauger's catching him. And this is going to be where Daruvla has another go, and this time he's much closer. And I can't really do much about that. Daruvla getting through and up into 4th place. A great move by the MP Motorsport driver, but I can come back at him here, surely. No, he's got another round of DRS, but we're close enough to have a go. Daruvla's covering the inside. We might be able to squeeze around the outside. He comes back across there. A little bit rude from Jehan, but he holds on to the position. And now it's a matter of, can we keep him busy until the pit straights? We're staying right with him here. Daruvla not getting away. I want that place back, Jehan. Get back here. And Dennis Hauger sets the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, we're nicely in the DRS zone of Daruvla. He goes to defend, but that's going to put him offline. That's not going to give him the best exit, and that's going to give us a nice chance at a run into 3. Daruvla defends. We're going to go to the racing line round the outside. And we've swept round. Have we done it? Daruvla staying there side by side. And no! Daruvla keeps the place. But we're going to have yet another go down this straight. So this battle for 4th isn't over yet. The 2 title contenders, myself and Daruvla, the top 2 in the championship at the moment, going wheel to wheel and having An all-out fight here. We're now going to go around the outside of Daruvula and get P4 back. Also, Hauger has gotten ahead of Pourchaire and moved himself into second. But we've moved ourselves back into P4 and back ahead of Daruvula. So if he wants to come past, he is going to have to try all over again. And the front two are closing in on Iwasa by the looks of it on the map. Oh, great racing in the closing stages of this Australian F2 feature race. And we're having to fight off Jehan Daruvula as he comes back at us. He's not quite alongside this time, but I think he has got the move done. We're giving him space. What's he doing with it? And, well, we're on the curb. We're off the circuit, so Daruvula might be coming back through here, and I'm going to let him go so that I don't, because otherwise I think I did gain an advantage by leaving the track. So we've got to try and get back past him here, and the DRS will help. So this is it then. This is going to be our last chance for P4. I'm going to be all over Daruvula here. Can we get this done? We've got extra speed. We got DRS. And we're going to go round the outside. And we've got P4 back. We sweep round the outside and retake the position. And that is P4 retaken. Oh, get off the grass, Joe. God's sake. Right, here we go. Final lap, and we are ahead of Daruvula. Ayumu Iwasa's lost the lead. Dennis Hauger on the last lap has taken the lead, and Dennis Hauger is going to win this race. Unbelievable twist at the end. Dennis Hauger wins for MP Motorsport. He does the double in Melbourne and scores maximum points. For us, it's going to be P4. But how about the double from Hauger?
And that brings to an end another great race.
Well, they've won, and then they've won again. Back to back. Momentum really building for them at this stage of the season.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join.
There was no stopping Dennis Hauger throughout that feature race. Just like there was no stopping him in the sprint. He takes a brilliant win and gets himself 36 points from the weekend. He was just too shy of having a perfect score. In fact, he didn't even get a point in the feature race for sprint race for fastest lap. So never mind that. I think he was 3 points off of a perfect score, but still 2 race wins for Dennis Hauger. A fantastic weekend for him, but in the end it was Iwasa who had to settle for second despite leading most of that race. Pourchaire gets third. We ended up fourth, fighting off Daruvula all throughout the second half of that race. Victor Martins gets a deserved 6th. Then it's Miney, Benavides, Vesti and Arthur Leclerc scoring another point. Behrman just outside, and Zane Maloney made a few places up in that race, going from 19th to 13th. But here's what it means for the championship standings. It's very close between 4. I am still in the lead despite not winning a race yet. Daruvula is second, Iwasa's third, Hauger 4th, Martins and Behrman 5th and 6th, followed by Miney, Vesti, Vishaw and Jack Doohan completing your top 10. Well, on to the next one. Thank you so much for watching this installment of F1 24 Career Mode, the F2 season. Please leave a like, hit subscribe for more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care, see you soon.